I found out I got a rank of 60,000. I was completely demotivated looking at that rank. My dream branch and dream college, it is a big thing for me. This attempt I prepared like this is my final attempt and the last chance in my life. Everyone is like, the paper is very easy, your ranks would go higher and all. That is when I was scared. But my daughter was my motivation. My baby was 4 months old when I joined DBMCI face-to-face classes. I used to start at 5:30 in the morning because I always wanted to sit in the first row.
He gave me the exact number after the exam that I'll get definitely 160 right.
I was able to do it because of the trust in myself, motivation from my parents, and the right source that I got into at the right time. Hi, I'm Dr. Srilekha. I did my MBBS from SV Medical College, Tirupati. In NEET PG 2025, I got a rank of 2790 with 602 marks. I got married in 2019. By then, I was doing my internship in the same SV Medical College, Tirupati. Then, post my internship, immediately it was COVID. We are all staying back at home. I had no seriousness to prepare for the exam. But later, after a month or two, I started preparing for USMLE. I studied very hard for USMLE, but my plans didn't work out going to the US. So somehow 2 years went by. I had few commitments because of my marriage, and it was lockdown also completely. I couldn't do anything. In 2023, I gave the exam, preparing myself. I got a rank of 18,000 back then. I was getting a seat in decent college in Bangalore, but somehow my heart didn't agree taking up the seat because I knew I didn't give my 100%. I just wanted to give my 100%. I thought, okay, I'll reappear for the exam. But by the time I found out I was pregnant and I had few health issues back then, so I was advised to take rest completely. My husband and I both decided this year we'll completely take care of my health and then sit back for exam again. In 2024, I gave the exam again. I thought, okay, I was anyway prepared in 2023. So with the same preparation, I land up in a good rank. So I can join this year. But I found out I got a rank of 60,000 by then. I was completely demotivated looking at that rank. Because from going from 18,000 to 60,000 is very demotivating rank. Then my husband and my parents motivated me. No, you have the capability to sit for the exam again. That is when I heard about DBMCI 1 through many of my friends because they attended live classes in DBMCI 1. My baby was 4 months old when I joined DBMCI face-to-face classes. My mother took care of her. My mom used to travel here or we used to go there, but it was very difficult managing revisions in between classes and taking care of baby. In that thing, my mom helped me a lot. Both of my parents helped me a lot. I can't thank them enough for this. My husband and I, both of us feel my baby is our lucky charm because he really got into a good position in his company and now I'm with a good rank. She's really our lucky charm. She's so cute. I forget everything. All my exam stress, my classes stress, it was all out because of my baby. For every aspirant, the journey is really stressful. Even for me, it was the same. But my daughter was my motivation. I was staying away from her. So my point is, everything, my sacrifice, it has to be worth. So it kept me motivated. In general, the NEET PG, whatever competitive exams, it requires your 100% effort. Thousands of aspirants put their 100% efforts. Everyone of us know it. But for me, being a mother and going to classes from my home, which is like almost 2 hours far away, it was very challenging for me. This attempt I prepared like this is my final attempt and the last chance in my life because getting a PG seat, not just PG seat, my dream branch and dream college, it is a big thing for me. So I gave my 100%. I was really confident this time because after attending face-to-face classes, I was very sure I would get a good rank this time.
The biggest challenge that we faced was not giving up and continuing with the preparation even after so many obstacles. So we got married almost immediately during her internship time. Immediately we got locked in because of COVID. For a couple of years, it was just at home and she couldn't attend any coaching or classes. 4 years after marriage, struggling to get a PG seat, that was kind of a low point for her and she couldn't accept it. And that's when she decided, okay, she'll join a face-to-face coaching with DBMCI.
Say hi. I always wanted to become a gynecologist. This is my childhood dream. My father is into pharma business. He also works closely with gynecologists and pediatricians. So that is why I like gynecology as a branch. But after all the classes interacting with Kamen sir, I wanted to become a neurologist. After patho class by Praveen sir, I wanted to become a pathologist. This is how my dream branch keeps changing. But now I'm considering between gynecology and medicine. After giving the exam, I was confident that I gave the exam good, and I told my husband the same. I told him that I'll get a good rank this time. He was also very happy. But after 2-3 days after watching all the recalls and talking to many of my friends, everyone is like, the paper is very easy, your ranks would go higher and all. That is when I was scared. So I again sat back and was preparing for my INISET, Nambar INISET in reading room. Usually I don't check my results. I ask my husband to do or my mom to do. But that day my husband was in some meeting. He didn't attend my call. And my mom, she was busy with my kids. So I just checked myself. I couldn't believe it because everyone scared me. The paper is easy. Your rank would go higher with 162 corrects. So I'm like, okay. I asked the person next to me in the reading room to check my result, giving my hall ticket number. He then confirmed it. I'm like, okay, now I'll be relaxed. I called my parents, my husband, my in-laws and everyone, my brother, everyone. I told them and everyone was happy. I got a rank of 2790. So I was confident I'll be getting my dream seat in my dream college.
He gave me the exact number after the exam that I'll get definitely 160 right. So we were very happy when the result came, and whatever she said, she got the exact number and rank.
We live in Whitefield in Bangalore. It's almost 2 hours from my place to the classes. I used to start at 5:30 in the morning because I always wanted to sit in the first row. My friends Madhu and Kiran, whom I met during the classes, they used to hold places for me. Most of the times I was early, but when I missed them, they used to be there for me. They always hold places for me. It was fun. Like in school days, we used to go fight for places. It was the same situation during face-to-face classes in DBMCI. My journey with the face-to-face classes DBMCI is really a new experience for me because I was always at home, studied from my hometown in the college there, traveling alone, going there. It was all a new experience for me and making new friends. They've become a family now, especially Kiran and Madhu, like I mentioned. So another advantage with face-to-face classes is when you see 200 to 300 people sitting with you in the same auditorium, you'll have that urge to answer like first among all your friends sitting with you. You will already have that sense of competition there. If you stand like in top 10 in your class, you will definitely be in a good rank in your final exam. This is what I felt, and I've seen many of my seniors also telling the same. Also for people like me and many of my friends also told that at home it's really hard to stay motivated sitting from morning 9 to night 9, watching videos, doing tests by ourselves. It's really hard. But in face-to-face classes, it's not like that. You really don't get tired of them. You just sit from morning 8 to evening 8, but still you'll feel energetic towards the end of the day. You'll still have few doubts to ask the faculty. They'll still answer with the same energy like they have in the morning. After the class, like it used to get over by 8:30 in the nights. I come home by 10 o'clock. No matter what, I used to revise the same day topic on that day so that you'll retain most of the stuff, and whatever doubts you have, you can ask it on the next day to the faculty. This is how I used to follow through the 19 subjects. In between the classes, we had good breaks like 3-4 days for few subjects and 1 week for a few subjects. In that time, I used to revise the same subject immediately and then do the previous subjects also, so that I was able to do my 2 revisions by the end of classes. The classes got over by end of the month Feb. I was able to revise them because on the day of class, one need to at least flip through the pages, what happened, what are all the topics covered the same day, because you'll retain most of the stuff if you read on the same day. If it goes on to the next day or after the day after the entire subject gets over, it's difficult to retain the stuff. When I get long breaks in between 2 classes, I used to read the previous subjects also. That way I was able to do 2 revisions by the end of classes. After the classes, our exam got postponed, so I was able to do 3 proper revisions, total of 5 revisions the more you revise, the easier it would become in the exam to solve MCQs.
She didn't give up and attended the face-to-face classes, and that interaction with the faculty and that interaction with the peer group who are also competing in the examinations, that helped her stay focused for almost 8 months. So fortunately or unfortunately, the PG NEET got postponed and she again got 3 to 4 months of preparation time.
Consider writing notes as the first revision. It's so easy. You're already listening to the class, you're writing notes for yourself, so that will become your first revision. So you can do the second and third revisions by the end of classes. This is what most of my friends followed. So one advantage with the live class in the morning, they conduct this post-class test. You must give that test because it will give you an idea how much of the subject you have retained by the end of the class. It's very helpful. In between, after each subject, I used to give subject-wise tests if they are live for the particular subject. If not, I used to give the old subject-wise tests available for that subject. And also in between the revisions, whenever I get time, I used to give the mini tests that are live and custom modules. Try doing custom modules using subjects like surgery and anatomy together, medicine, patho, physio together. Then you'll have a clarity which topic are you strong at, which are you weak at. For me, I divided short subjects into 3 custom modules, pediatrics and ortho 1, like that way radio, anesthesia 1, DVL psyche 1. And then I did biochem and PSM together some days. I realized towards June, biochem was my weaker subject. So I used to do daily 50 questions only from biochem. Initial period, it was like 45, 40 corrects were there. Towards the end, I was able to do 48, 49 out of 50 also from biochem. It built my confidence a lot. How much ever notes you read, but you have to know where to put it properly. That way, GTs and custom modules helped me a lot. In Marrow app, the custom module limit is 300 per month and 20 per day. Most of the times, my limit got exceeded. I used to wait for the next day. New limit would start and I would start off with a new custom module. It is so addictive, the custom module especially, because you set a target, like out of 50 questions, if I'm able to answer 45, I would see the same score in my final exam. That is what I would feel. I gave my GT before the starting of classes just to assess which subject is my weaker subject. Then every Marrow GT, live GT, I used to give it. So the most important part in your exam preparation is GTs. Every faculty stresses on this a lot because if you give many GTs, you will be like, this question is familiar to me. Even with NEET PG 2025, I felt the exam and the paper was so familiar to me because I've given many GTs. I've taken many custom modules, all the mini tests, subject tests, and so I felt easier. Actually, every exam is not easy, but why we feel easy is because we've already solved many questions, many GTs. That is why in the final exam, you'll have that sense of relief after coming out of the exam. I've started giving GTs from the day one. August 31st, 2024, I joined my live classes. Before the day, I've given a GT to assess what was my weaker area, which was my stronger area. My initial GT score was around 138 corrects or 139, exactly don't remember, but it was around 138 to 140 corrects. Then on, I have given every GT that is live on Marrow. One more advantage with the face-to-face classes is we were given access to one shot, which is like the last minute revision program that happens in DBMCAI. The one shot for every course, the entire notes, it is covered in 4 to 5 hours for few subjects. Few subjects may take 2 to 3 hours. And micro, I was able to revise in 1.5 to 2 hours before the exam. While going to the exam also, I revised patho, one shot, just flipping through pages in 30-45 minutes in that journey span to the exam hall. In this way, one shot helps you a lot. So better attend your face-to-face classes, then go with one shot. And if any points you're missing in your notes from one shot, just write it down in your main note. But what I did was from one shot, if there are any extra points or if the topic is taught in an even simpler way, I used to add it in my main note. That is how I revised the one shot and main notes together. One shot is essentially your main notes only. There's nothing different in it, but it is covered in very less time, so you can revise it more efficiently. This one-shot course definitely is a blessing because you'll get that confidence to appear for the coming exam. Maybe if you're planning to appear in 2026, you give your NEET in 2025 also. This will help you to be there because you'll get a gist of every topic in every subject with the one shot. So I would recommend people who don't have time during their internships or due to some personal commitments, one shot is really a blessing. You can go for one-shot sessions. One thing that helped me during my preparation is making 20th notebook. 20th notebook is like you don't add any fancy stuff into that. It's just from your note that you're constantly committing mistakes from the same topic. What I did was I made 20th notebook from my GT mistakes, also from the topics which I'm forgetting frequently from my notes. Before the day of exam, I had 2 small books for my 20th notebook. I was able to flip through that just in an hour. What I found was 15 to 20 topics, I could see them in NEET PG exam. In my main exam from my 20th notebook, every aspirant knows how important even each single question is important in our exam. Single question decides our rank. So 15 to 20 questions from your own 20th notebook really matters a lot. All the 19 subjects were beautifully taught. I loved anatomy by Ashwani sir, patho by Praveen sir, micro by Nasir sir, medicine by Tamim sir, and surgery by Jay sir, radiology by Rajat sir. Sir's workbook is like the best book ever you can find for radio NEET PG preparation. It's like that last minute revision book. You can just flip through your pages before exam, all the images at one place. It's easier to revise. Also, Jay sir's note, especially to mention, sir teaches every topic in form of flowcharts, so you can revise it very quickly and efficiently for your GTs, before your GTs or before your main exam. Like even today, I could just, while talking to you also, I could just revise surgery, or I'm able to recollect few flowcharts in my mind. That is the way sir taught us. Patho Praveen sir, after the end of the class and next day, like in the morning, sir used to revise the entire topic. So in 5 days, we were almost thorough with the patho without actively revising also. That is the way sir taught. And Tamim sir's medicine, no one could imagine medicine to be that simplified and in a concise way. Sir has put everything together. If you like check your medicine notes after you attend your face-to-face classes also, you will feel shocked to see that surprisingly, you will see medicine is like so concise, so small. In your like just 200 pages book, you will just write everything. Still, you will be able to answer all the questions, all the topics, and every logic is mentioned. Sir will teach every logic in the class, not just theory part. Every logic behind it, every concept behind it is taught very well by Tamim sir. And Nasir sir's micro to specially mention, before the exam main notes, you can just revise it in 1.5 hours, 1 hour if you're really thorough. Sir's notes. Almost this year NEET PG paper was mostly focused on micro is what I felt. Every question was from sir's note. Sir said the exam was not easy. For DBMCI students, it was easier because we were familiar with his notes. It felt easier for us to answer. Anatomy by Ashwani sir. On the stage, he used to demonstrate everything, talking about every nerve, muscle, whatever sir talks about. So it just sticks in your mind. Whenever you're reading about the topic or revising about the topic, whenever the question comes in your GT or exam, I could just visualize Ashwani sir telling about that particular topic on the day of class. It was very easy to actively recall everything. If you have any doubts, you can connect with any faculty. They'll immediately reply to you. Particularly Dr. Jay sir from surgery. We message sir in the morning. By the night we reach home, sir will reply us back, giving the clarifications with all the textbook screenshots. Also, sir used to give the proper explanations and with proper evidence also. In that way, every doubt is solved on the same day itself. I was doing really well in post-class tests. I spoke to few faculties after the classes like Tamim sir, Rajat sir, Praveen sir. Many of them, Jai sir to specially mention surgery, Jay Arora sir. Every one of them told you will do great in exam, and they guided me. I passed out in 2020. Now it's 2025. It's been 5 years. But still, I was able to do it because of the trust in myself, motivation from my parents, and the right source that I got into at the right time. DVMCI 1, I would say. And I would give DVMCI 1 like the credit because it guided me in the right direction. To all my juniors and aspirants, I would like to tell that trust yourself. Discipline is the key to your success. No matter what, show up daily. But try at least reading for an hour. Like Rajat sir tells all the time, just show up. No matter what, just read. Just revise your notes or revise the subject which you like the most on days which you don't feel like reading. It will help you stay motivated.